Here we are on our way to Arizona. There was so much traffic, but we kept ourselves busy. Okay, so I made it to Arizona. I just got here. It was a 4-hour drive and I broke down a couple times, but I'm here. And now begins my low tech, no tech time. I have a digital camera. I have a Instax camera, but I do think I still might use my camera to take pictures of like the outfits that I sewed to wear this week. But other than that, I'm not going to be on social media and I'm not going to be playing any games, no audiobooks, no nothing. I don't play games anyway, but like no doom scrolling and yeah, absolutely no social media. And I have a book and crafts and that's it. Low tech to no tech. So the only thing I'm going to use my camera for, or the phone for, is for a camera. And I don't think I'm going to use it for the vlogging. I'm just going to use it for pictures. And then I'm going to use my digital camera that I got for vlogging. I should have brought my actual vlogging camera, but I forgot it. So here it begins. Our first day on the lake, we found a crawfish that I have never ever seen a crawfish at Lake Mojave ever. So I'm thinking maybe he was somebody's bait, but we went and set him free. And then here is beautiful Colorado River, the place where I have visited ever since I was a child. And this is Arizona mountains. We were on our way to Oatman. So the first day we did the lake, and then this day we were going to Oatman to see the donkeys and some ghost town adventures. And I just wanted to say I've always admired the mountains in Arizona. Here are some donkey friends. All of these donkeys are extremely nice, like to have pets and like to have their donkey food. Here is a ghost town, Oatman. This was a haunted little area they had. Is like a mine. It was so cute. Me and my family went through it, and my partner hates haunted things, and the air got really cold in there, and he was like, nope, I am out, and we all laughed. But it was fun. And there's like a little western room. Here's a little graveyard. It was a super cute area. Very touristy, but very cute. I've never been to Oatman. So this is only about 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes away from where my parents live in Arizona. And they told us we had to bring the girls to see the donkeys. Then it was time for dessert. We set up a fire and roasted marshmallows. I'm not going to lie, at this time it was still about 100 degrees outside, so roasting the marshmallows over a fire kind of sucked because we were already hot. But it was a really fun time. We all had family marshmallow roasting. And now, I don't know about you guys, but my favorite kind of s'more is with the graham cracker, and the chocolate has to be cold. So that way when you bite into the hot melting marshmallow, the chocolate still has a bite to it. Super fun. My favorite kind. This was the perfect one. The next day we headed to Lake Havasu, which is about an hour away from where my parents live, to see the London Bridge and chill at the lake. We had an action-packed week, and like I said, most of it was caught on like instant film. Here is the outfits I made for the vacation. This is the Camille and Loretta romper from Gertie Patterns. I loved it. It's very, very cute. Next, I didn't make this. I actually altered it. I've owned it for a very long time, and it fit me when I was much larger, and I altered it to fit me now in this body. Next is the Elizabeth caftan from Gertie's Patreon. I absolutely loved it. It was an easier sew than I thought it would be, and it was what I lived in this whole vacation, to be honest. Next was a Simplicity play suit. I really like this wearing it, but I hated making it. I'm not going to lie. Very cute though. Now, this is what I thrifted. This is a cute little, like, honestly, it's like an old lady set, like bingo set, but I wanted it. Then I found these awesome leggings for work and this cute little suit. It's like a 1970s, like homemade suit. Again, this jacket, all of this whole set was 100% silk, so I had to pick it up. I hand washed everything. Next are the pictures from that camera. I'll have to link it below. I'm not an affiliate or anything, but I loved the way these came out. And finally, all of my little bead buddies and lanyards I made on vacation. Guess who those two are? And it was an extremely fun, keeping my hands busy kind of weekend. Hi, I am back from my vacation. Officially, I got back yesterday, but we had gone from getting back from vacation to going to a kid's birthday party that night. And I took a small nap and I still feel like dazed. I still feel dazed, like I'm not all here. So I wanted to record like still in the mode or in the mood or in the feelings of like what my vacation was like and how my social media break was. And I did journal, like I journaled so much. So back in the day, I would feel before doom scrolling was a literal thing. I would wake up at 4:30 in the morning, do yoga, go for a mile walk, if not more, and come home, drink some coffee, and journal. That was my routine every morning before, I would say probably before I had a baby. And then after I had a baby, I feel like life just spiraled. And I lost a lot of control. That's normal. But I lost a lot of control over like my diet, my lifestyle, and in general, just scrolling took me away from the postpartum depression and the feeling of being really lonely that you have after you have a baby. So I took this vacation, and in general, I was just thinking about like how I used to take vacations when I was a kid in the 90s. Yes, I'm ancient, or vintage for real now. I was thinking about 90s vacations, how I used to vacation. I always took a book. I always took a set of tarot cards because I've been reading tarot cards since I was a literal child. And I would take a journal and I would be my witchiest self. Like just all of like, to me, everything about going to a lake or a river or camping or a vacation was magical, especially like when I was a kid, because I could see magic in everything. So that is the feeling, the nostalgia and the actual feeling that I wanted to feel. I'm an adult. I am jaded from life. And I'm really sick of social media. I already went on a rant about like the viral video that I have going that I hate. And just in general, what it's become. And it's not what I thought it was, if that makes sense. Anyways, it takes away from life. And it takes away from real life, real living, and real magic that you can see in everyday, like in everyday things, in any day things, in people. It takes away so much. So right now I wanted to film. My toddler is napping, my daughter is away, my teenager is away, and I just feel like I should let it all out. I did journal every single day, and I went for a walk and did yoga every single day that I was on vacation. And it felt really good to just have that routine. I drank my coffee and did my journaling after I had done my walk and my yoga. And it felt really good, but it didn't feel nostalgic. It kind of just felt grounding, if that makes sense. Like I felt like this is normal, or this is like life. This is real. Being off of social media and not scrolling. So my routine these days has usually been, and you can ask my partner because he will vouch for this, is I get up in the morning, I go and set the coffee maker and get it going. Sometimes I'll take a walk before coffee, but most of the time, no, I will sit and scroll and doom scroll and YouTube and just numb out. And then I'll have my coffee. And then I take care of my toddler who wakes up somewhere in between like all of that. Take care of her. And then we go for a walk once my partner leaves for work. And then if I have work, it's usually just a hectic mess. It's a hectic mess. It's just, there's no order whatsoever. And I'm lucky if I get a cup of coffee. So I think about that and I'm like, I created this chaos. I could let go of this chaos if I would just let go of my phone or just social media in general. Yeah. So I will say like that, and having like a structure to my morning again, like when I was on vacation, that changed a lot of my anxiety that I have, because I have a lot of anxiety problems. It helped a lot of my anxiety subside. I'm also a sober person, so I don't drink and I don't smoke. I don't do anything. So I always say the best thing about being sober is that I can feel everything. But the worst thing about being sober is that I could feel everything. So I will say I was using social media as a numbing agent, kind of glossing over life and paying attention to anyone else's posts or anything else that was going on as a buffer to my life. And that in itself can be an addiction. I always joked and said caffeine was my new addiction, which I'm sure it probably is, but it actually is social media and doom scrolling. It is my buffer. I noticed I missed my phone, or not like missed, but I noticed how much my phone is in my hand. Is like if I was going to the bathroom, we all take our phones in the bathroom. If I was on my walk, so I will always, like, even on my walks with my daughter, I bring my phone to either play music or play a YouTube video or a podcast or a book while I'm walking. In this instance, I was just walking my dog every morning and listening to nothing. I would look at the beautiful Arizona sunrises, which I'm not going to lie, they are really gorgeous. And I would think. Here's the thing about thinking. I thought a lot. I overthink a lot. I probably created issues in my head that aren't real. And the good thing about it is I would journal it, and I was journaling it a lot. So I got to filter through those feelings in ways that I learned when I was doing my yoga teacher training, and in ways that I learned when I was doing my nutrition school, like filtering, or my holistic schooling. And it was filtering the feelings and letting yourself feel those emotions, but filtering it out. So I really used a lot of my old practices that I have been letting go at the wayside. And I will say it was very helpful. I also talked a lot. I talked a lot to my partner. I talked a lot to my mom and my daughters. But this is the best thing I would say. I listened a lot. I listened to my toddler tell me stories. All kinds of stories. I read my toddler books, which we all in my family like to read, except for my partner. He doesn't like to read. So we always have reading times, but I would just read books at random times. And I would, read stories to her, tell her stories. She would tell me stories. I would listen to everything that everyone was saying. I actually was present. And that was one thing I really wanted, presence in myself. And I seen all of those things and the way it affected me. And I realized I liked it a lot better. Not worrying about who's posting what, or I have to post today, otherwise I will fall off. Fall off of what? I don't even make money doing social media. I don't run like my business. Like I do hair and I have a hair account that I take bookings through, but I really do everything like personally, word of mouth. I feel like I don't really get clients from social media. It happens, but it's like a 1% thing. And I'm sure like everyone is like, oh, well, you can up your business and everything. I would rather not. I don't want to be viral. I don't want my business to be viral, and I don't want to be doxxed for someone that wants to be Instagram famous or TikTok famous. There's a lot of fear that goes into posting your work when you're using your work to get clients. And I'm not the only one that feels that way. A lot of people in my salon feel that way, but it's also like a push that you have to do these things. So I'll post clients, but I usually I'm not using it for business like that. I don't want to be viral. And I've actually learned by having a video go viral that I hate it. I don't know why people want that. I'm sure it could be great to make a sale or boost your business in some way, but it's actually just terrifying, or it makes you anxious, or it makes you feel like poop, like in general. Because I will tell you, from that one video that I find is mindless and stupid. I at first when I made it thought it was nostalgic and funny, like for me and my daughter to share sometime in the future. It became so viral that now I just think people are like brainwashed. Like we are brainwashed to like this dumb stuff. So anyways, that rant aside, I will say that being off of social media for a week was very cleansing and very eye-opening. And I want to actually keep it that way. I love doing my YouTube, so I'm thinking like of keeping my YouTube videos every week, and then also just being on Instagram once a week. I don't have a TikTok, and I don't really frequent Facebook or anything like that. Is the only social medias I'm ever really on is YouTube and Instagram. But I'm also going to keep like the same rules, like no scrolling, no doom scrolling, like only catch up with your friends. Like, and I mean like my real friends. I have made like real bonds on Instagram, and I like that. And I like going to events where I know those people are going to be at. But I could care less about anything else. Like I really could care less about anything else. I just feel like it's all going to fart anyway. It's all going to hell. So, yeah, I'm over that. I want to be real again, and I want to be present in my family's lives, and I want to get shit done, which I feel like I don't get shit done. I did so much crafting when I was on vacation, like so much crafting. You have no idea. I made several of those little lanyards. Oh, that's another thing. I brought like 90s crafts. So I brought like lanyard stuff and bead pet stuff. And I wish so bad that I had brought crochet stuff. And it's funny because my teenager said the same thing. Oh, we should have brought crochet stuff, because our hands were so busy the whole time. I made so many bead pets. I made so many lanyards, and I'm going to like show you guys what I made, because it's kind of astonishing how much I did. But I loved it. I loved it. It felt so good. And I was doing it with the girls, and we were playing and telling stories. And that's like what I wanted. I wanted that feeling, and I had it, and I liked it, and I want it all the time. I do not want my relationship with my kids to be phone first here, and then they're back here, which is kind of what it's been for the last few years of me numbing out life. And everyone goes through that. And so it's normal, and I don't want to sound like it's like the worst thing in the world. Everyone literally goes through that. It's a thing. But we don't have to keep it that way. We're in charge of our lives. We're in charge of what we're addicted to. We really are. And take that from an ex. addict. Like, I was a heavy alcoholic, and now I'm not. So I I will say, if I can get over my cravings for alcohol, I could definitely, like, this past week showed me I don't really need social media. No one missed me, you know, no one, like, they knew I was going. Yeah, I posted something saying I'm taking the week off social media, but no one really missed me. um, I wish that I could have taken a week away from my phone altogether, but I do work and I do book clients, and my clients, the funniest thing is my clients texted me all week long. And that's okay. That is okay. But yeah, I wish I could have probably just experienced what it would be like to not be on my phone for a whole week. That probably would have been like so amazing. Maybe I'll try it. But yeah, I'm gonna go through a big transformation and cleanse, and I will be videoing things and vlogging things and still making things and still posting fashion stuff. But I'm really thinking I'm just gonna post once a week on everything. Like, this is what I wore this week, or this is what I made this week, or YouTube will be a little bit more dynamic because I feel like I can be and that it matters here. Honestly, nothing freaking matters on Instagram anymore. It just doesn't. So that is my experience going social media free. Did I cheat? I think I only used my phone in order to answer, like, if I did get a DM from clients, I answered it. I didn't like turn off Instagram because I have clients, you know? So I did answer clients' messages and all of that. Other than that, I don't really feel like I cheated. On the last day of vacation, I was very exhausted and I opened up, I can't remember if it was YouTube or Instagram, and I just like started to scroll, and my daughter caught me and she was like, "Hey, what are you doing right now?" And I'm like scrolling. And so I stopped. I did use my Pinterest for a couple of patterns for bead buddies, or inspiration for bead buddies too. So I will say I did that, but I wasn't scrolling. And then my daughter was really good about keeping me in check. So I liked it. I realized that social media causes a lot of anxiety and actual depression in my body. And I also realized that having a routine and being grounded in my own body is more helpful, and being more present with the kids and everything is more helpful. Like, I do have anxiety, but I can beat anxiety, you know, like I can talk through things and I can journal through things. And I'd rather do that than posting my anxieties online, which is what we're all kind of doing. We're posting things to kind of get some, I don't know what it's called, like make ourselves feel better, like make other people will make us feel better, like validation, which is fine too, but it's like we don't really need that. We could validate ourselves. Like, you don't need anybody to tell you that how you feel is how you should feel. But we're all kind of like programmed to do that. So I just wanted to say, like, that was my experience. And the funny thing is I've actually realized a lot of my friends have gone off of social media or have done a break like this, a cleanse, a purge, or whatever you'll call it, and it made them feel a lot better. So if you've ever done anything like this, or if you're off of certain apps, please let me know below. And also just let me know, like, the type of things that make you feel good, types of videos that you like and enjoy from either me or other creators that I can produce and bring. I only want to bring joy and to bring inspiration. And that's kind of what got me into social media. I loved sharing inspirational things, but a lot of this stuff nowadays is just ads. Everyone's trying to sell something. And when there's something posted just for enjoyment, it doesn't get a lot of attention. It doesn't get pushed out by the algorithm gods, and it's not important, sadly. And I liked it when it was. I loved seeing the stuff my friends were doing, like that they were sharing before everything became a sales pitch. So that's my story on social media and my break. I had a lovely vacation. I got to spend it with my family, and I got to see beautiful things, which I'll enter into this vlog. I did use my camera on my phone for like the videoing things, but I didn't edit or anything. I didn't use my phone for the whole time. So, and then the cool thing was I got pictures back from the digital camera. I love having printed pictures. Like, this is so cool. This is from that little digital camera that I was telling you guys about. So I'll take a video of these things and then I will, yeah, like a little review, I guess. But I just wanted to give you that, hopefully like inspired you, or hopefully kind of gave you like a little spark of joy or a little bit like of magic, or let you know that that stuff still exists within you. If there was something you missed about yourself, like take yourself offline and literally go touch the ground. Anyways, I hope that you guys are all happy, healthy, and safe. And I will return next week with something fun, I promise. Please like and subscribe and comment below for anything you'd like to see.